Good evening. This is going to be the weekly reading for Capricorn. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get to it. I had like a little mini meltdown over the weekend. Man, I'm talking about I have been facing so many fears on my spiritual awakening, my spiritual journey. And I did not know I had so many. I cleared the fear of rejection when I started the channel. And then my fear of loss. And then I had this amazing, incredible fear of rejection. Not rejection, but failure take over me. And it was to the point where I was just ready to quit rather than fail. You know, and my thing is that I have noticed that it depends on what I put in the tagline. If I put, you know, your lover's returning, or you've got lots of money coming to you, I will have lots of views, tons and tons of views. You know, and my views have gone down because I've really kind of stepped into my role of really being more of a spiritual teacher than a fortune teller. And even though it seems like I'm a mess at times, you know, there is no judgment because there is no good or bad. And, you know, everything is being divinely guided. And, you know, whatever I'm going through, I also can share with you guys. And maybe you guys are going through it as well. You know, but what I am here to do is to let you know what kind of blocks that you have to abundance, to love and money. And if you are spiritually awakening, then you have found the right place. I'm trying to get away from, you know, every now and then something might come up and, you know, I'll be able to address it as far as in the physical realm. But I am a higher vibrational reader. I do come from, you know, a place of raising your vibrations, a law of attraction, that kind of thing. Focusing intentions and manifestations, you know, more than just giving away your power and being a victim to whatever happens, whatever outcome, whatever fortune hand you're dealt or whatever. You know, I'm trying to let you see that, you know, you are the one, you're the captain of the ship. I can sit here all day long and say that you're going to have, you know, this amazing lover come into your life or whatever, but if you're not ready for it, then you won't align to it, and then you'll be looking at me like, why didn't it happen yet? And I'll be telling you, well, you weren't ready. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And the first card that we have is the Fire, the expression card. And this is a passionate energy, but it's very fear-based at the same time. Because a lot of people don't realize that passion is fear-based. I know we love passion, but it comes from a place of fears. And where there is fear, there cannot be pure love. I mean, if you want to have, you know, a hot torrid affair or whatever and all the passion in the world, by all means, go have it. But if you want a soulful, loving relationship, one where it's unconditional, then you have to be able to express yourself in a way that's more than just sexual, that's more than just physical. And to do this, a lot of times, you know, it takes really opening your heart. See, the heart is opening here. You know, and really expressing how you feel to another person, to tell them. And not only that, but being very vulnerable and being open and not being scared to get hurt. This is very important. That is the message that's coming through for you, Capricorn, is that you have to be scared of getting hurt. We have the Rainbow card and blessings. And basically what I have here is that you are blocking your blessings. And I know I had a situation come up the other day, and understand I had someone the other day comment on my channel, why don't I read the card instead of just giving my perspective on every card? Well, I'm going to explain. I read energies, and that is how I'm able to communicate with souls that no longer have bodies, who do help me with my readings, and how I am able to read the cards, and how I am able to read energies of people. I do that, and a lot of times it's hard to translate energy into words, because the soul vibration has no language. And so sometimes it's hard, you know, to, like I said, express into words. So what I do is, that's why I tell so many stories, because I'm like, this is the energy that I'm getting from this, you know. And so the energy that I'm getting from this is that I had somebody who had hurt me. And I found myself in a place where I was saying, you know what, I hope somebody hurts them back so that they know how it feels. Well, first of all, that is not unconditional love. That is hatred, and hatred is on the same vibration as fear. It's a fear-based energy. So with me doing that, it occurred to me that there are people who feel the same way about me. And so in doing this, I was aligning to that with other people. And so I was blocking my blessings. And so how do we get into this rainbow blessings? By forgiving anybody that we need to forgive. Really releasing any kind of hostility that we have towards anybody else. Because this will inhibit us. That puts you in a lower vibration. And you're not able to align to what you want. Because I really, with this reading here, there are a lot of blessings trying to come your way. And Capricorn, you know that you are a magnet for blessings, more than the other signs, it seems. Empress, this is a powerful energy. And this is really being aligned to your soul. And like I said, really clearing those things, those fears, those hostilities, any of those lower vibrations, and really stepping into your role as a god or goddess on this physical realm, on this planet. And the way that we do that is we wake up and we remember that this is who we are. We're not becoming this. We're remembering that we've always been this. And that we've always been a powerful manifester. We've always been a co-creator with the universe. You know, whatever your higher power is, God, universe, higher spirit, the divine, empowered you to have the same creative abilities, and we can plug into that whenever we want to. It's amazing. I love these art oracle cards. They're so fun. Transcend systems to find spirit. Hear music through sight. Begin with a dot. So basically what I'm getting with this card is a few things. I talk all the time about the matrix. The matrix is real, and within the matrix is our mental space. And that is where we are creating whatever type of reality that we have right now. And that's why it's so important to clear your thoughts. You can feel your feelings, but clear your thoughts. And this hear music through sight, I really feel like this is transcending your physical senses and opening your third eye and really being able to get in touch with your intuition. And I've been talking about this for weeks now, Capricorn, about the fact that your soul is ready to meet your divine partner, your twin flame, if you have not already done this. I do see a very soulful connection that's coming in because you've done this work and you are the Empress or the Emperor right now. And so you're really ready to embark on that spiritual journey and to really navigate this and to transcend into the fifth dimension. See, that's another message I'm getting with this. Transcend into the fifth dimension. Begin with a dot. So that dot, I believe, is what you need to focus on in order to manifest your soulmate or your divine partner into your life. And understand your soul is going to do this automatically. But you just have to, it's an inward journey. You have to begin with your soul. And I know it's difficult to explain, but there are partnerships, there are connections that are meant to help you ascend to the next dimension. They're about more than romance. It's about more than the physical realm. It's about more than sex, although sex can bring on a Kundalini awakening. And a Kundalini awakening is when all of your chakra system and everything opens up and you become more receptive to the messages from spirit. We have the child consciousness card. And once again, this is the magic. And a lot of times I think we feel like, and I know I felt this way too, that in order to get to this Empress and this Emperor energy, that we have to take all of our pain and all of our experiences and all of our fears and everything wrapped into one that we've had, that we've faced, all of that, and turn it into our power. And that is, and you know, I've been feeling that way too. But true power is returning to a child consciousness. This innocence, this vulnerability before you thought the whole world was a wicked place and that everybody was out to get you. And I know you're thinking I'm crazy because you turn on the news, it looks this way. But within the matrix, we're all experiencing our very own version of reality. And so by where you're vibrating at. So this is how divine beings, spiritual beings, are having human experiences, is we are simulating them. I know it sounds crazy. It does. That's the reason why I teach these things on this channel, because regular people out here, like in my town, in my neighborhood, you know, if I would walk up to them, unless, you know, there's somebody that came over here to really hear what I have to say, and that happens sometimes. We'll sit and smoke and chill and I'll talk, but for the most part, you know, I'm not trying to be put in the mental hospital because spiritual awakening can appear to be mental illness. And I have told people over and over again that I just don't believe in these labels. You know, you have these kids that are labeled and that things are wrong with them. And I really feel like they're just closer to spirit. You know, they have that third eye open, you know, and they might, you know, get messages from the other dimensions, you know, and from their spirit team, their spirit guides. And people look at them like they're crazy. And a lot of times it is very scary. You know, I've had several dark nights of the soul, and I have wanted to die. It's been so intense. You know, the dark night of the soul is when your ego dies. It doesn't really die. It just kind of, you know, kind of starve it out, and it just kind of sits in the corner. While everything, you're remembering who you are. You're remembering this. That you are a god and goddess in manifestation. And everything that you're not, that is that fear-based ego energy, is falling off by its own accord. And you're getting closer and closer to your soul energy, which is childlike. And believe it or not, it's childlike. Because when you first incarnated here, this is how you were. You had to be taught to hate people. You had to be taught to fear things. And fear other groups of people because of their race or ethnicity or whatever. You were taught that. We have the all tied up. And so I'm feeling very strongly that there's been a lot of anxiety, a lot of worries. You know, for the most part though, Capricorn, you're pretty laid back. But you have had some worries, and you tend to kind of suffer in silence where you don't really reach out to others. And the message that's coming through from Spirit is it's all right to reach out to others, to be vulnerable, and let other people know what your needs are right now. And you know what? This is going to really show you who your soul family are. You know, you have your, you know, family here, your physical family. And most of the time they are soul family. They've just switched roles. You know, maybe in like a past timeline, maybe they were a mother or father. Maybe in this timeline they're a child. I tell my daughter all the time, I think you were probably my mother in a past timeline. Because she's very motherly to me sometimes, you know. So definitely get out of your head. And the other message that's coming through from Spirit, that if you're worried about like finances or mostly finances I'm getting right now. Don't be worried about finances, because you know what? Money comes and money goes. Things come and things go. And those things don't define you anyway. Because we are more than our bodies, and you are more than what you do for a living. You're more than the amount of money that you make. You're more than the things that you own. I know I've been delivering papers early in the morning. Man, I've been doing that, working at the club, and I've been street vending. I've been doing this. I've just been doing a lot right now. But I delivered to some houses, and I'm like, wow, these are beautiful. And then I think, you know what? I think about how hard it is to hold on to my little things that I have now. I wouldn't want to have that kind of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. And I just, you know, I'm to the point in my life, I just want to live simply. Very simply. And I feel like that helps you navigate the matrix too. Because we're kind of in and out at timelines. And I do feel like living simply right now will help eliminate some of that stress. And that message has came through too. Mother creativity. And look, this is another third eye. And so I do feel like, you know, you are getting more in touch with your intuition in that third eye. And like I said, if you have not met this divine partner yet, you will recognize them by their energy, because their energy will match yours. You will know right away. And I have other videos that I make, divine partner videos, that you might be interested in watching. Oh, but with the creativity, do watch your thoughts. Like I said, it's all right to feel what you feel, but watch your thoughts, because that is where you're creating the experiences that you're having right now. And clarify that card. It says, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. Let this be your intention. Let your intention right now be to raise your consciousness and watch everything else in your life fall into place. Your finances, this soulmate or divine partner that's coming in. And I don't know if I've explained before, but the difference between a soulmate and a divine partner or twin flame is a soulmate can be anybody. A soulmate can be your dog. It can be your parents. You know, we have like soul clans that we follow, that we have been with throughout different past lives or timelines or whatever you want to call them. And some have been romantic, you know, we have been romantic with. And some come in to teach us lessons. And they're there for a season. Twin flames and divine partnerships, it's the same thing, is more of a difficult connection, because it's actually your own soul in another body. And it's like a twin soul. And so you've got to kind of work together in the other dimensions to kind of come together. And it's a real clearing process. Do watch my other videos if you're going through this right now. But I do feel very strongly that you are ready. Your soul knows you're ready for a higher vibrational connection with another person. We have the wind, the criticism. And so I feel like you've been tough on yourself. And I know there's been a lot of self-sabotage in the past, Capricorn. And you've been working on clearing those cycles and those patterns that you've been stuck in. But with this card, I feel like you're still being really hard on yourself and blaming yourself. Maybe you've lost a loved one because, you know, you were not completely honest. Or maybe you just felt like you were stifled, like it was just sucking the soul out of you, and you were looking for this other type of connection, and you've been looking for it for a while, and maybe you stepped out on your partner, and so now you're kicking yourself. But Spirit is here to tell you that everything right now is being divinely guided, and whatever is not for you will fall off by its own accord. So stop trying to force things, and stop trying to force situations that are not for you, and take it easy on yourself. There are no mistakes as long as you learn your lesson. Because if you're criticizing yourself, others are going to do it too, because other people are mirrors. Nightmare, psychic protection shield, bad dreams. So I do feel like you're staying up, worrying, feeling anxious, having bad dreams and regret about maybe some choices that you've made. But stop it. Like I said, some connections are here. They're karmic situations. They're here to teach you karmic lessons. And they're not meant to stay around because they're lower vibrational situations. And as you start spiritually awakening, you know what? Your partner might not resonate with you anymore. And so you might look outside of, you know, your relationship for something else because you feel this energy coming on, this divine partner that is coming in. Beautiful. Chariot. And I do show that this is happening very fast, if it hasn't already. And lots of changes are taking place for you. And I know if you're like me, you can't stand changes. Oh my gosh. I've had so many changes. I'm just learning to roll with the punches now. It's just whatever. I just don't even give a shit anymore. I'm like, it's whatever, you know? I just don't have any attachments at all anymore. And that message is coming through for you, Capricorn. Do detach from people and circumstances, because it'll make things a lot easier for you to shift and to make these changes. And do honor yourself. I believe it's came up before that you have really been, not only do you self-sabotage, but you self-sacrifice. You sacrifice your own happiness for others. And then when you're just can't take it anymore, you can't contain it anymore. It just blows and it has to go somewhere. So what do? It appears that you self-sabotage, but it's really your soul just trying to break free. And that's all right. Don't judge it. We have the family room. And what I'm getting here is, you know, about appearances. You know, maybe people are looking at your marriage or your relationship that you're in. Like, you know, you have a happy family life. You've got it going on. And they just don't know that, you know, maybe your soul is dying inside and you really are looking for something else. And I'm here to tell you that once again, that's all right. And once again, the message that's coming through with this, it was that what I was talking about earlier is, you know, when I said I saw those nice houses, and I was like, man, I would hate to have to hold on to all that. We are more than our material possessions. So if you are scared of losing anything at all, don't be. Because you cannot lose what is yours by divine right, because it'll either be returned or it'll be replaced with something better. And everything is happening right now for a reason to really guide you to your soul's purpose and what you're really here for. Haven't you ever wondered? I feel like you wonder, you know, like, isn't there more to life than this? Well, I'm telling you there is, and you're aligning to it, and it's coming in, and it's coming in on a chariot. And this goes along with that child consciousness card that I talked about earlier, about stripping off everything that is not you, and really getting back to this childlike innocence, and stop blaming everybody for everything that is happening to you, because you are the emperor or the empress, and you are the one that is manifesting these things. You are doing it. You are the creator. You're a co-creator with the universe. Take your power back. If you've given your power away to anybody else, then take it back. We have the fox, and the fox, and I don't read this because it's usually very negative, but the fox can be about betrayal. And I do feel like maybe you feel like you've betrayed yourself for one thing. The other thing, this is that whole blaming others, you know, really feeling like, you know, you're a loyal person and you self-sacrifice and you put others first and you expect that from others. And then when you don't get it back, you consider that to be betrayal. Why aren't you as loyal to me as I am to you? Can't you see that I'm sacrificing my happiness to be with you? But once again, that's giving away your happiness, and that is placing conditions on somebody else. And that's not fair to them either. It's not fair to them that you are sacrificing your own happiness and then blaming them because they're not making you happy. You have to make yourself happy. Do whatever you need to do to free yourself at this point. We have the postcard oracle message. Dear you, do you feel like you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone, or you might have no value? Maybe you think you need to control everything or else nothing will get done. Be healed, be completed, etc. You may think you need to conform to what others expect of you, or choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome. Wow. But we don't think that would be a good choice. That's exactly what I just said. How about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable, do something different. Set that boundary. Delegate responsibility to another. Ask for your needs to be met. Oh my God, I said that in that first card. This is beautiful, and I promise I did not read this till just now. And when faced with an impossible situation or sticky, enmeshed relationship, repeat this mantra. I didn't cause it, I can't control it, and it's not my job to cure it. Then carry on. Feels good, doesn't it? The best part is everything just seems to work beautifully and honestly in the end. Love you so, so much. Wow. So definitely do set boundaries, and maybe somebody is criticizing you. But once again, really check and see if you are criticizing yourself first, because other people can be a mirror to show you this. Are you being hard on yourself? Is that where this is coming from? And someone else is holding up a mirror and showing you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful messages. And do work on clearing these blocks so you can align to these blessings. And this Chariot of all these good things coming to you. Wonderful. Well, Capricorn, this is your weekly reading. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do, because I am taking, donations. If you would like to make an energy donation, I'll include my PayPal email address in the description of the video and my Cash App handle. I do want to do readings, but I know that I'm not really getting a lot of personal readings right now because everyone wants to know what their partner's doing. Is my partner cheating on me, or this, that, or whatever else? But if I tell you that, guess what? Then that's what you're going to believe, and that's what's going to happen. So I would like to maybe offer, I can do personal readings, and I've been saying this to let you know what areas of your life that you have blocks as far as finances and money. I might eventually offer some type of, like some sort of guidance session that I'm kind of working on, kind of tossing around in my head right now, since I'm not really a regular card reader like others. But if you would like to donate to my channel, I will include that in the description of the video. Thank you for watching.